Hey YouTube, what's going on? So today is going to be about making bus bars. I know there's plenty of videos out there, but I figured I would go ahead and make one for my cell holders that I am making. I think it was Fly Jibberoo maybe that was the one that came up with this. Actually, I don't know if he actually came up with this or not, but the videos that you see now of the wires being twisted together like that, I think came from his video. So I will put a link down in the description if you have not seen his video or don't know who he is. I'm going to be using 12 gauge wires, the solid 12 gauge wire, and I'm going to use 3 strands each for the top and the bottom. And this is how I'm going to make them. I usually get out about 65 inches for mine. So I had a tape measure up across the floor here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut them all out real quick. Definitely make sure you do a test one to make sure your length is correct. Okay, so there is a million ways to skin a cat.
Where are you going?
I mean, to clean the insulation off of the wire. Like I said, there's probably a million different ways, but this is how I do it if I'm going to be stripping. If I'm going to be removing a lot of insulation off a wire. So this is what I do. And it's probably not the safest way. So just be warned or something. Well, the first part's pretty easy. Everybody knows how to do that. You just strip it, pull it out. The insulation. So this next part, that probably isn't the best way to do it because you could probably hurt yourself. I just put the razor blade right in the vise. Now you have to be careful, obviously, because that son of a bitch is sharp. And I usually just make sure you don't slip. The straighter you can keep this wire, the better your bus bars will look. Towards the end it starts to get a little tricky. And that's it. Alright, one down, 100 to go. Or if you're smart enough or have extra money to spend, you could just buy bare copper wire. But I don't have that luxury. And make sure you take that down when you're done, because you don't want to leave that son of a bitch in there and you walk by and slit your wrist. We don't want any of that. I will continue doing the rest of those and meet you back here in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna pretend like I just did all of those, but this is 12 gauge copper wire. Next, what I'm gonna do is just kind of lightly bend them into a straighter position if I can. I don't want to bend them too much because it'll make your bus bars twist kind of funny together. And that really isn't working out very well. What I'm going to do now is just put all 3 in the vise here. And you just keep them as straight as you possibly can. Alright, once you got them nice and straight, put them in a little triangle at the end here. And tighten your chuck down. If you keep it in the triangle, the teeth will grab a hold of all three. Cinch it down and make sure you keep it nice and tight. And with mine, with this drill, I have it on level 3 and I just hold it for 12 seconds and it'll shrink about 4 inches if I do that. Here we go. And then I back it off about once. Okay, so you can see how tight and neat that is. It'll only look this way if you keep all of the wires nice and straight. I mentioned doing a practice one because you can see if you don't have it pretty straight, that kink can happen. And this one, I got 2 kinks in it. This was the practice one. I'll probably still use it, but I got 3 kinks. There's another one. 4 kinks. I got 4 kinks in this one, but this wire was actually not brand new. It was used out of my little scrap pile, so that's why I tried this first. But if you do a practice one first, it'll give you an idea of what you're working with. There you go. There's what one of the kinks can look like. 2 kink. This one's a little kinky, if you know what I mean. And then undo it. That's what your ends will look like in the vise. And this side is the drill. Alright, so after you have all of your twisty wires and no kinky wires in here, kinky bars, and then what I do next is just find the middle of the wire. This one is 57 and a half, 28 3/4 for the center. Alright, then after that, I made somewhat of a template here. I'm actually only going to use part of it. But what I usually do is I set this in the vise so it's a little easier to hold on to. Okay, so once it's in my vise, I find that center point. In my little jig here, I did mark the center in between these 2 screws. So all I do is stick it in there like so, line the center mark up, and bend both of them down kind of at the same time. And this one up here is to keep that little center section from bowing back up when you bend it. So here. So, and then you're done. That is that. There you go. See the little black line on the copper with this black line here. That's pretty much all I do. Of course, everybody else's is going to be a little bit different than mine, but this will give you the gist. I usually kind of overbend it just slightly, and then I can bend it back if needed. And if you want to see what it looks like on my cell holders, it will fit roughly like so. And I have about 1.5 to 2 inches off the end that I can crimp on either a connector or some other sort of attachment that I'm going to be doing. I have an idea what I'm going to be doing, but I have not made a final decision on that yet. Alright YouTube, well thanks for following along, and if you're wondering what is different about this video, one, I got a brand new camera thanks to you guys. Thank you for donating and thank you for watching. The second reason is I cleaned up a little bit back here. Kind of straightened it out a little bit, straightened it up. And over here as well, where my little battery charging station is. Yeah, I know, it's unheard of, really, for me. I did straighten it up. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. But thanks for watching my video, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We will see you on the next one. Whatever you call these things. It's about 2 millimeters each. Not even ready for that part yet. So beep beep beep. 28 3/4, I think. Let's see what else.